Good evening. I wanted to make this real quick video for you about your Zentango. So what I want you to do is take my photo and I want you to blow it up and I want you to use the grid system to get it proportionally correct, okay? Then once you draw it lightly, you're going to go, because Zentango, you can outline Zentango. So I want you to go back, and what you're looking for is areas of color, etc. So what you're looking for is, this is a section, this is a section, this is a section. In the face, you have the eye. You don't need to Zentango the eye or the beak, just everything else. But if you notice, there is, hang on. If you notice, there is a section here that comes around like this. There's this area here that comes around, and then you have a separate shape right here. You have a separate shape right here. This is a separate area. This is the wing that goes all the way down to here. Then in your tail you have, let's do this wing. This is a shape, but in that wing you can see these dents. Those are actually feathers. So add your feathers in there. The photograph didn't show it that well. You can look at the photograph and follow this. Lighten the photograph up if you need to. But the tail kind of is that kind of shape, and it's dark on the outside. There's two flat areas here, and then there's this pointed area that has a little bit of white at the end. So we have this shape right here, this shape right here, this wing coming down. So that's a separate shape. Then you have the stick. Okay, so pay attention to different shapes. That's how Zentango works. Then if you look on here, you can see here that that's what I've done. I have a shape here, a shape here, a shape here, a shape here. The wings, the sticks, even have some highlighted areas on the sticks. On the tail, I have different sections of the tail here, okay? And each one of these areas will have their own Zentango design, but you can repeat designs, because I think it looks better if you have a Zentango design up here that matches one maybe down here, instead of just doing it all different designs. So that's why I said the minimum you need to use is 4 designs, but I wouldn't go any more than 8 in here, repeating. Now in this shape here, matters what design you choose, right? You wouldn't want to do big flowers on here. You want it to be smaller, whereas here you could do a bigger design on the chest. So just pay attention. You want the wings to actually stay looking like wings. You want the separate areas to look like they're separate areas. So try to separate your designs out. Now on my last Zentango design, I had wings, and I made a design here, and then I did a different one, and then I repeated that design and did a different one, so that you saw different textures in the feathers. So that's a way to give your Zentango depth. So I hope this little hint helps you. And sometimes I'll go and take my pencil and do a design just to make sure that's where I want to go, you know, with the design. Let's say if I'm doing a scalp thing with dots in it, I'll do that lightly to see if that's what I want to do before I actually use my ink. And, you know, so I may do some little designs here and decide, you know what, I don't really like that. I'd rather do something like this, you know, something like that. I'll go back and erase that design. So just test it on the area and pencil lightly. And then once you decide, go back and do it in pen. I'd suggest on this side you use your pens that are, there's different width pens, at least with my package. I have 05s, 02s, I have 1, I have 5. So I suggest you stick with the thinner lines on this area, on this bird, since there's so much detail. Okay, so I hope that helps, and I'm going to work on mine, and I look forward to seeing yours. Thank you. Good night.